Okay, what we decided to go with this year is this new Proshine heated waterer. What I love about this one is that it holds 5 gallons, which is huge because that last one only held 2. So this will last us much longer. If it's heated, we will probably only need to water them every few days instead of every other day, which is what the 2 gallon did for us. So I love that. I also love that I can just spray this down and it'll be good to go. And again, I was saying how I did not like the nipples on the last waterer. The chickens didn't seem to love it, and they kind of struggled like making that switch over. So this one will fill and they can just stick their little heads in here and it'll just be like an open waterer for them. It also has the temperature control down here, and the cord is nice and long so we can run it up the wall and outside of the coop. So this is the one we will be using today, and I will show you how we're going to fill it up and get it working on the inside. Alright, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over. I'll set this aside for now, and all I have to do is fill this bad boy up. So I'm going to fill it all the way up and we'll go from there. Alright, that was a lot of water, which is going to be super nice. So I'm going to twist this cap on. And then we're going to head inside the coop to position the base where we want it and see how this bad boy works. So the first thing I have to decide with this is where I want it to go. Make sure when you're putting in a heated waterer that you think about where your outlet is before you get it all set up. So our outlets are on this wall here, so I'm going to just set it closer to this wall. I am actually going to take this cord and bring it up the wall. I like to do that with any heated waterer or any heated system that we have, anything that's electric, just so that the chickens or animals can't really get it to it that easily and it doesn't get all nasty. So I'm going to run this up the side wall here, and then I am going to make sure this thermostat part is facing the outside so I can easily set it when I come in. Listen. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the jug on top, and we'll turn it on and we'll make sure the chickens love it. I'm sure they will, because they're, number one, going to get nice fresh clean water every single day coming from the top down, and I think they will like this system of sticking their heads into a heated bowl instead of the other system that we had before. Alright, so now I'm just going to flip this over and watch the magic happen, I guess. We'll see how it goes. Perfect. The water's stopped, so that means it's not going to just keep running and overflowing. And I already like this system. It's very sturdy, so I'm not worried about them knocking it over or anything. So let's now get that plugged in, the thermostat turned on, and we'll be good to go. Quickly, just wanted to show you the setup. As you can see, the red light is on right here, so it is nice and plugged in. And then I have the cord running up here, up the side, like I said, through to this wall. And then we have an outlet up here. So that's going to keep it nice and tucked away from the chickens themselves. It's not going to get dirty like that. And it's in a good position for me to fill and refill the water here and keep an eye on the temperature right there. With this system in particular, it will show you the temperature of your water. And then if you long press this button right here, you can set the temperature for where you want it to kick on. And then if you long press the right button, it will be able to set the temperature for where you want it to kick off. So depending on your area and your preference, you can completely customize this to the temperature of what you need. And let's see how the chickens like it now. I had to give these guys a little bit of space because I was disrupting their home and they felt a little on edge coming back in. So I gave them about 15 to 20 minutes, and I was happy to find that they were loving the waterer. And I love to see that several chickens can get a drink of water at one time without them fighting each other. So this was a win.